Hello there and welcome to my channel. I'm Kate in a nest. Indeed, in my nest there's a little bit of hay fever in my voice because it's been a really hot day. We're calling it sort of the last hurrah maybe of summer, even though it's actually technically called autumn. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you are well. And this is Kate's Itching to Stitch because I actually haven't stitched today. I've been doing lots and lots of fun things with my art making, but it hasn't actually involved stitching. So I've got a palette here. I've been asked a lot about these gouache paints. I will link the name of them below, but basically I'm running out because I'm using them so much now as a result of doing Fleur Woods' course. So they are my new happy place to colour. So here is a white collar that I've painted. Here's some wool. Here's some original vintage lace that I've put a little bit of colour on. Here's a piece that I made last week. And now I just want to come back to this pouch, which is actually my laptop pouch, but now contains all the different linens that I have been using the paint on. So I just want to have a little bit of a stitch, to be honest, and I, as usual, don't know what I'm doing, but I do like what I'm doing. So this is the back. I've shown you quite a few times. I'm learning that linen just scrolls up quite easily. It's interesting that I don't feel the need to do all my curtains and people are calling them curtains and theatrics on this side as I have on here. So like there's layer upon layer, but this side is pretty flat. So I thought we might honor the only bit, as you may well remember, that has been worrying me is this blue section. So here's, I think I might have showed you this the other day in my haul video. Here's a little bit of what was originally white, funny how would we describe it? I don't know, but I'm just thinking that maybe we can do, where's my scissors? Have I got a pair out already? So I'm hoping that you are just working along with me on your project. We're going to keep company. Yeah, I like the feel of that. I've got this vintage thread already knotted, and let's just stitch this in place. So totally not as tired today, just absolutely inspired, and just doing lots of reflecting. And not many domestics. I need it to be cooler. I'm not worrying about my stitches here because this natural colour is, I don't know whether you can see, is that distracting there? But I put them in there and I've got a little bit more room. This has all started because my my pouches, the Kin project, because it's now I'm always talking about and thinking about thrifts and trims and treasures and trinkets. So I feel that this has been turned into a treasure. A little bit of funny, oh, why am I in? I'm so excited. I should, well, I'm just thinking about pouches in our monthly challenge. That's not a challenge, it's just if you want to join in. Continue to be so grateful that February Favourites has made its way to Susan, and March is actually taking shape really quickly as well. So you know, I'm grateful because just by doing that project, I'm learning and stretching and thinking about things differently. So anything can be a trim or a treasure. Okay, so that's that. I haven't done much actual embroidering on here. I did that at the workshop. I feel I could add something up here. That's right, I had this beautiful I tend to like trims in. No, that's not going to work. This is just a snip and becomes two pieces. I do quite like the idea that this could enhance this pouch somewhere, like a collar. Again, not sure. So why don't we go over here? And I bought this bit of vintage sheeting. Actually, just let's see if I can embroider it. Yeah, I can. It's nice and soft. I worry now that sometimes it's all a bit, well, I've learned. I've been spoilt. And the colours of that, cake colours. Yeah, so if my fingers, I feel my nails, I shouldn't draw attention, but I do feel have a little bit of a green tinge to them. Oh. That's how out of practice I am. I can't even thread a needle. Oh, and I haven't got my needle threaded down here, of course. Last chance, and oh, nearly done it. Just looking for any hidden. I've separated the wool and I don't want to do that. So yeah, just talk amongst yourself. Sorry. Okay, now we're ready. Okay, let's look at one of these beautiful, where am I going to come up? Because now I'm doing knots. Oh, actually I should come up from in. That makes sense. Oh. stuck myself in. Anyway, we'll deal with that later. It's like I do need to buy myself some new pajamas because they do have some holes in them, and I think I talked to you about I might like to embellish some jammies. So let's try out this wool. Can you see me? I'm just going to thread paint. Oops, a little battle, but it's worth it. And I can hear myself slowing down again. So I think I did morning videos. When was that? Last week or the week before? I think I'm far more awake. Or maybe just less tired. But I'm not tired, I'm just enjoying this. But that's the soothing part of it, isn't it? So cute. It's like a little buttercup. Oh, that didn't sound good. But here we go. We'll just go until the thread runs out, as I always say. And I'm starting in the middle of the petal, and this is variegated, and I love that that the overall effect is just this mix. Oh, sorry, there's an Aussie fly in the room. Drop those. Okay, so that I'll continue that after, but I like the interplay of that with that. I still got more of this fabric. This beautiful pink. Oh, look at that. That's luscious. I'm just thinking about, see, it was originally in the same, is that the same flower? Oh, I was going to say that fly wasn't making a noise, but now I've paid attention to it. It might start being here everywhere. You'll see the great Aussie wave. Now it's not even there, but I'm imagining it. So maybe if I maybe something like that, or like this. I'm just going to stand up because it actually gives me how luscious a pink is that? This is so funny. I'm finding this because it's a much bolder pink than I usually use. It's just didn't finish my sentence. I was trying to say but I do like that. Okay, let's try. Oh, that's shocking. Go away. Oh. Oh, goodness me, everything's happening at once. Sorry, that was a genuine stab. Okay, so let's put this over here. We'll go vintage style. Maybe not vintage is not the right word. Look at that, looks like it was meant to be originally joined there. So I'm using orange crochet thread here. No reason at all, except I hadn't used orange today. Actually, I don't mind how that's actually flipping up. Might gather it a little bit more intensely, and here, so then we can have sort of a little secret pocket under there. Yeah, I might just leave that for the moment because I quite like that idea. Of that becoming a pocket, maybe matching this style up here. Oh, scissors are here, Kate. I've got that up there, I've got that. So it's all different layers. And so 1 minute it's a laptop bag, and now it's something completely. I've got this orange here. Oh, have I got a knot? This orange blanket, so I can just get some wild stitches here. I feel like there needs to be more orange on this embroidery, so see if we can. Oh, have I got a pin in there? Yeah, that poor little crochet is not done. So I might go up there now. Yeah, how do I get that pin out? Oh, there she is. Ah, I never committed. Isn't that interesting? But now we are. Okay, so up under here. It's appropriate. I've got orange for the inside of the orange pansy. I have a list, my friends, and I need to start writing them down more often. But I need to find the crochet pansy pattern, because every time I feel these, I think I want to make some myself, and then I could color them in. Oh goodness. Okay, what have we done so far? I've got all sorts of little bits and pieces in here. Oh, actually that's nice. I'm going to sneeze. Hay fever. Sorry. I might use that somewhere else. I thought I had 2 of those, but I don't. That was that original. Here's another. Sorry. Okay, I've just looked up. See, sometimes standing up is really good, because in the nest I can look around. I haven't got this, and I have, you know how much I love this. So I haven't got my scissors, but now I have. I don't think I've tried actually painting this. That would be a lot of fun. So just following what my heart is saying. Just need a little bit of additional texture over here, and that might come out. Yeah, it's going to come out of that flower. And what are we going to stitch it in with? We go back to the wool, except I don't know. Oh, there it is. I love that. Look. Let's hope practice makes perfect, and I can thread quicker. There we are. That green looks a little lonely up there. Well, if I did that, we'd be going very shabby chic-y, which may not be right. I don't know why I said that, but I just follow my instinct, and I think that's, as I read, your comments. That's what we all like to do, isn't it? Like, we know who we are. We know what we like. And it's just being free. I'm going to do seed stitch all over this one. You may or may not see it. What's that? Oh, my first giant stitch. Because I don't want this neatly defined. I want it sort of very random and textured. And that's down enough for me. And then we're going to journey up here. And join this little purpley yellow bit to the blanket, because we've made our decision that that's a happy place for it. And see, that's starting to get that gathered look, which I love. So let's come back. So it's like canther or running with a gather. Yep. Now we're starting to see the variation in colours due to the variegation. Look at how many V's I could say. And so now we have this beautiful vintage pattern behind. And we notice it more because of the impact of the stitching, and it feels glorious to stitch these softened fabrics. On blanket. I think this is because growing up, I loved shirred clothing. Now, that might be showing my age, but I loved this. And I haven't thought about that in years. But the simplest of stitches just gathered. Gave you a bodice and a skirt, but it also gave you texture and a different pattern from if you're using a print. So that looks completely different to when all that cream space was showing. We're nearly there, and it's getting dark. So now I'm on to a different patch with the same. I might do some embroidery with this same wool on that big fleur flower. Oh, I've got little stitches in there already, so why don't we go totally random, and let's go up here. That's why I always think, why waste beautiful thread? Just keep going with it. And in this sort of style, I think it just adds interest and helps us still be curious. And now there's the orange blanket behind, and I've got this orange, and I'm just going to do some seed stitches, which really are running stitches in random directions, I've decided. There we are. And we've actually added a little bit of orange interest to our green. Okay. Well, there we are. I haven't used that yet. I thought I would. Oh, I might go in there. In fact, it could go. See, now I stood up thinking I'm finished. I just have more ideas. In fact, that would be something real. In fact, I have to do that. Not with you, but I'm going to do that. Pin that there, and then I might even put something through the middle of it. So, see what happens. Scratch the itch if you want to stitch. Oh gosh, too many rhymes there, apologies. But thank you for being with me as I just indulged myself. Carefree stitching. Did I do anything on this side? I don't think so. But you know, these, what I love about these pieces is that they're never done, and you can just add layer upon layer, and they track the story of your evolution as a stitcher, of finding new bits and pieces. So with that, I am going to say good night. Thank you so much for being here with me. It's always a thrill. Oh gosh, I can't stop myself. Okay, you know what that feels like. So until next time, this is Kate in the Nest. Bye.